This is a clip from the Chris Brake Show podcast.
You don't think so?
No, I think it's funny that then you proceeded to bash the entire country of Canada on behalf of the United States. You said Canadians do not mesh well with Americans. Whoa.
What's that beep beep?
Oh, man, we got a special.
We have a three-way call?
Hermes, I got to put you on hold real quick. All right, we have hello. Hello there.
Hello.
You're on the Chris Brake Show podcast.
Thank you.
Is this Dr. Robert?
This is Dr. Robert.
Oh, man.
Who is this? Dr. Robert? What?
right.
Wait, what?
I asked Dr. Robert to call in. Because
Hello.
Dr.
I get you.
Robert.
Hi, Dr. Robert.
I asked Dr. Robert to call in because last week we discussed John Rapp snipping off Sarah's hair, and nobody seems to remember that except for Dr. Robert. Like John barely remembers
I
it.
remember it very clearly.
Robert was the
Really?
only person who actually witnessed I never saw it. Sarah didn't see it, even though it was her hair. John doesn't remember it.
I'm really glad I'm not in front of Sarah while I tell this story.
Why?
Why?
Well, you might get mad.
Do I scare you, Robert?
The way I remember it was there was some kind of heated argument between you and Chris and Luke.
Oh.
And it was, I think it had something to do with the way the bills of the rent was going to get split up. And somebody said 1/3. I think another person saying 1/2, but it got really heated. And you guys were standing in a triangle yelling at each other. And John and I were sitting on the couch, just kind of being entertained by the whole thing. And he reached up with a set of scissors and just took a little chunk of your hair.
Oh my God.
But I think at the time we were both too afraid to say. I don't know. I kind of looked at him, and if you would have known that he would have cut your hair right then,
You would have so
I don't know.
I would have gone
I think somebody would
ballistic.
have got hurt.
I would have gone ballistic.
Now, don't get me wrong. You obviously didn't look like it wasn't that much hair. It was just on principle that you might have injured somebody.
I actually remember that, but I didn't know that's when you. I remember that because you, Christopher Brake, like you were like $20 shy, which was going to put us over, and like they were going to overcharge us $100 extra, and you're like, no, I'm not paying it, and I'm like, you have to.
That wasn't the case.
You do remember it.
No, I'm pretty sure it had something to do. Because, no, I was never off. If I was off, it was because Ryan stole money from me.
Oh.
That's
He stole
why.
money from you?
No, he justified it and said that he wasn't stealing it, that he was going to put it back. And
I thought it was something to do with the way the bills were split. I thought it was something to do, like, because when Sarah moved in, it made 3 people instead of 2 people, and then it was half. So then I think Drake, you wanted to make it thirds, and then there was some kind of discrepancy. I think it had something to do with that.
I got to tell you, man, living with a couple is one of the worst things you could ever do in your life because it's one person, it's a unit, and then they're always looking for ways to fuck you, you know. And like for example,
Living in a commune is one of the worst things you could do.
Robert lived in an apartment with like 5 or 6 people, and I squatted for a couple months.
I think it was more like
I think
7
everybody
people.
did. Squat
That
a
would have
couple
been
times.
awful. I will have to say we had some good memories, but we definitely didn't. We had some bad ones.
I've actually got a journal, and later on in the show down the line, I'm going to read some journal entries from when we lived together and get your side. No, they've tripped me out when I read them. Like, it's great detail about moments that happen. It's like watching a video. It's strange.
Whoa.
It's strange.
That's weird.
Yeah.
We had an
Maybe
iguana
that's-
in the freezer.
Yeah, maybe that's something to do with the wedding. Robert, do you think it had something to do with the wedding?
The Jesus fish.
Did I think it had something to do with what?
Because you're talking about the wedding. I think that we ruined a wedding, and we made a bride and a groom lose their security deposit during their wedding, and I think they wanted.
Those your friends,
And
Sarah,
I
wasn't it?
think
Yes.
I think that they
I don't-
wanted us to pay. Or
That was a long time ago.
we all
but
agreed to
That
pay.
is exactly.
Yeah, we all
yes.
agreed to pay.
Maybe that was it. I just thought, okay, then the percentage thing was a different argument.
No,
'Cause I
there
remember
was a
something
percentage of
specifically that
fault.
happening.
No.
There was a percentage of fault. And,
And I said 5. What had happened is there were a whole bunch of things. What had happened is I had money that I set aside. I'm responsible, right? I'm the right person in this situation.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Oh my God!
I don't know if
I
I'd go that far, he says.
I set my money aside, like on top of the fridge for bills, for future bills.
I don't remember this.
No, you wouldn't, but I'm going to get there. So I set my money aside, and what happens is I go to get it, because, just in case I need it. I keep it out of sight, out of mind. But then at that point, bills weren't due for a couple of weeks. So I go to get it, and it's gone. And Ryan had taken it to fund his alcohol habit, right?
I didn't know
And then
this.
Ryan, yes,
Terrible.
because no, you guys both took it. Ryan took it, but you had his back. Because then I went into your room, and you guys were, he's like, well, you didn't. I thought that was for bills. Well, you can just say we're holding on to it because we're going to put it back when it's time to pay bills. I'm like, no, that's my money. I'll put it back when it's time to pay bills. You don't fucking touch it. And then on top of that, then the percentage came.
I don't remember.
Then on top of that, then it was time for the money. And I said, you know what? Just keep that money, and that's all I'm paying.
I don't remember you ever. I was never a part of that. If he took your money, I was never a part of
But
that.
it wasn't like he stole my money. I'm
I know,
exaggerating.
but
It wasn't
I'm
like he
just
stole
saying,
my
like,
money.
I never
he paid
knew
for
that.
the bill.
Well, then why did it come down to me shoveling out the $200? It was out of my account.
Because you're the woman and
You
you're
had
the
money,
responsible
right?
one.
John gave 50. Okay, so here's how I remember it. Supposedly what
we
happened.
set up fireworks
It was
at
a
someone's wedding and had to pay their Knights of Columbus, deposit. I paid my dues.
It was a $200 deposit that they lost, and there were 4 of us involved. So John laid down 50, Sarah laid down 50, Ryan laid down 50. I was supposed to lay down 50, but then this money thing happened, and they pissed me off, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I ain't laying down shit. I might have gave you
So really,
$10 and
Ryan-
said I'm responsible for 20%. I'm not.
But Ryan didn't actually lay down 50 because it was
I'm
your
sure
money.
I'm sure he didn't.
No,
He
I
laid
don't
down
know.
your own money.
he
The
laid
money
down.
that he took from you, and then he said, yeah, here's my 50, but it
You
was
know
money they
what?
stole
I lost
from you.
a little kitty cat coin purse.
Oh yeah, so let's just tell a little detail. So it's like, this is Sarah's best friend, but anyway, so we were all just drunk and silly, We still like these people, But
Oh
I
man,
don't.
I,
Anyway,
really- I still
Didn't
hang
you
out
offer-
with these people.
Didn't you offer something like slap in the face amount? Like, I'll give you $5. I'll give you 10%. I'll give you $5. I remember something like
no, that's what we were talking about.
10% of the
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I did. I was like,
And I
yeah,
asked,
I gave
to slap
$10
your face?
no, he said it was a slap in the face. The amount that I
Oh,
offered.
that's
It was
what I
50
know that I
bucks,
said
and
that.
I gave $5 and it was like or $10 and I said I'm responsible 5% because I provided the lighter. That's all I did was provide the lighter.
5%.
Robert, did you have to pay on that?
Robert wasn't
No.
even involved.
No, I was just being. No, me and you were just. We were being entertained there. This is like an episode of The Real World. But in the real world.
Oh, it was a bad time, man. Oh god.
Dr. Robert used to play with us
I can't
in the
believe
band.
that went on for that long and you never knew.
Yeah.
Nobody ever let you know that John cut your hair.
Robert, exactly how much hair did John cut off?
I really don't think it was much. I don't think it obviously wasn't enough for her to notice through years.
it was about 10 inches up, right?
What? Shut up.
But I mean, it could have been the length, but I don't think he took like a major chunk or anything.
You said
Yeah,
it was
just
at
like
the
a
time.
few-
I know
a
you
little
look.
bit.
But
You look like you were going to shit your pants at the time, Robert. Like you couldn't believe
Well-
what you just saw.
I remember I was like leaning over. I thought John was sitting in that little like game chair. I thought
No,
that.
we were on the couch behind you
He
guys.
remembers it.
Wow. Oh my
I
god.
told you.
I don't remember.
You guys were
told you, I
standing right in
remember
front of us. Enough that John could just lean forward and cut your hair and lean back, and nobody ever knew for years,
Wow.
except for me.
Ask him something else. Let's
That's
see what else
amazing.
he's got.
Yeah.
What else he got in that head of yours, Robert?
Yeah. Think of some crazy things that happened that we maybe don't remember.
Guns, knives, and hand grenades.
No, that's not funny.
Let's see. I remember that the porch of that place used to lock you out, and you couldn't get in there.
It was on the
So we-
third floor. We were on the
On more than one occasion, we got locked out on a third-story patio balcony.
That
I
sucks.
distinctly remember that.
I do remember that.
Did you have to
Yeah.
like, scale the building to get
Ryan
down?
did. Ryan
Ryan
Spider-Man.
stealed. I didn't steal that thing.
Wow.
A drunk Ryan Spider-Man all the way down
Yeah,
to the
he
to the
did.
floor.
Oh my God. I'm really happy I don't remember.
I
a lot
can't
of
believe he
this.
didn't break his
I
neck.
remember there being some kind of argument about ashes in the sink. I think, Sarah, you were really upset about ashes in the sink.
I
And I think everybody in the place ashed in the sink, including myself. And it's like, that's not where ashes go. And I think
I remember putting up a sign that was nice.
I remember the sign too.
And I said, could you,
There is no nice
please? Yes, there was.
It wasn't nice. It looked like it was written by Chinaman. There was nothing nice
It
about
was
that sign.
totally nice. It said,
Hey, you
please do
jerks."
not ash in the sink. Thanks, management. Like,
There
just
you
being
go.
silly. And then Chris goes, I don't like signs. And he ripped it off and then proceeded to ash in the sink like an asshole. Sorry, I'm getting heated and I think I'm...
Oh, let's get heated. I remember. You had a cat, and the only
Stop it,
the only
please.
stipulation of you having this cat in the apartment was that it
Please
could
don't talk
that the
about-
litter box
Hey.
would stay. Hold on, the litter box
Outside?
would take your headphones out. The litter box would stay in your room, but then
Hey, Spooky was a good cat.
Spooky
we're
was
not-
a good
we're
cat.
intentionally not talking about Spooky. I'm saying there was a litter box involved, and the stipulation was it would stay in your guys' room. And then
did it
you
stay
bring
in the
Then you
room?
bring it out, and the whole house starts smelling like shit. So I'm like, what the hell? You know, I'm like, you
Not
guys got
that
to
it
put that
mattered.
back.
Not that the cat made it to the litter box anyway.
But then they got in this whole self-righteous thing about how selfish I am, and they're like, "Oh, you don't mind? Chris Brake doesn't mind as long as he doesn't have to sleep with cat poop next to his head." I'm like, we should have thought about that before you brought the fucking
Well,
cat.
you
in.
know what?
And then what they did is they put the litter box outside, and then the cat shit all over the fucking deck. So you're out there, and now you're locked on the third floor with the fucking shit all over the place.
Well, you know
I just
what?
want to know, did you guys get your deposit back?
No, we didn't get our deposit
This
back.
is gonna get heated. I have
No.
nothing to do with that.
You know
I got
what?
my deposit back.
You know what?
Chris got deposit
You know what?
back.
There
How does
was
that
not
work?
just cat shit on that balcony because that whole
Was there Chris
catnip
Brake?
plant was full of your own shit that you would go out there and poop in.
That is not true.
That
Chris,
is
did
true.
you used to poop in the catnip
That
plant?
is
I
true.
I did not poop in it. I did put poop in it, I think.
Where did you get it?
No,
Where did you get the poop?
John Rapp might have done it. I'm not sure. I honestly can't comment on that because I don't remember. I vaguely think
Oh my god! Now I do remember this because that catnip plant grew humongous.
that was a great plant.
It might have
It
been
was
my
well fertilized.
because of my well fertilization. The fecal matter is that why it grew so big.
Oh, so now
So
John,
it is your poop.
Yeah. If it was successful, that was all me. You can buy John Rapp fertilizer at chrisbrakeshow.com.
Oh my god!
Oh, Robert,
I don't know if we should bring up
That's
these
Dr.
things.
you.
Dr. Robert.
Doctor, I got a bad case of the Lovin' Blues. What's that song? Doctor, give me the news.
Case of loving you.
All right, Robert, thanks for calling in, man. I appreciated that.
No problem. Thanks for having me on.
All right, take it easy.
See you guys.
Bye.
See you, Rob.
From the Chris Brake Show podcast.